A major win for our privacy rights in Canada was announced this past week, but of course mainstream media has not reported it. Your IP address is a series of numbers that identify the computer you are accessing the internet from. Not only can you personally be identified from your IP address, but information such as websites you have visited can also be revealed. Your Internet Service Provider, or ISP, can track everywhere you go online via your IP address. This is how a VPN protects you, by routing your requests through a different server with a different IP address than yours. Any financial interactions you do online can also be tracked. When the bank accounts of people who donated to the Freedom Convoy were frozen, some of those people were identified from their IP addresses, which the RCMP got from the crowdfunding site. Early this month, the Supreme Court of Canada ruled that our IP addresses are subject to privacy laws under Section 8 of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Section 8 states simply that everyone has the right to be secure against unreasonable search or seizure. The decision came from the recent case of R. versus Bajkovets. Andrei Bajkovets was convicted of 14 offenses related to using unauthorized credit card data to buy gift cards and possessing material related to credit card fraud. In its investigation of allegedly fraudulent online purchases from a liquor store, the Calgary Police Service contacted Moneris, a third-party payment processing company, to obtain the IP addresses used for certain transactions, which Moneris voluntarily provided. The police then obtained production orders compelling the Internet service providers identified through the IP addresses to disclose subscriber information, thereby identifying Bajkovets. Justice Andromaki Karakatsenis, writing for the majority of the court in a 5-4 decision, concluded that there is a reasonable expectation of privacy in an IP address. A request by the state for an IP address without judicial authorization through a warrant therefore constitutes a search that violates Canadians' Section 8 rights. The court determined that the police was not requesting the IP addresses as a collection of numbers, but was seeking all of the information an IP address tends to reveal about an Internet user. An Internet user's online activity associated with an IP address may itself betray highly personal information. What this means is that if our corrupt government tries to identify you by your IP address because you're visiting sites they don't approve of, such as mine, or because you donated to a cause they don't like, they will now need a court order. And that won't be easy to get, as they have to convince the court that you have or are committing a crime.